It's happened again. If you're buying a boat, either new or new to you, hire a surveyor to inspect said boat. Let us save you from the hassles you'll hear about later. Hello? Oh, I guess the boat cleaners are here. So I'm just going to take this off to make it easier. Well, I think I was. The screws are all stripped out. The blower back here went bad on the evaporator. I will take this off to make life easier. It's not terrible. I don't think it's going to take me too long. It's just a little awkward.
That's why you have an assistant today.
That's right. I have a helper. Oh. Now they didn't strip the screw out. They just put in a short screw. But having that gone will make it life easier here. So I came here the other day, and this is the blower, and it was making noise. And so I had them turn it up, and the bearings in the thing are gone. So I have to get this disconnected from that ductwork and get it out of here, and then deal with the wiring. It'll be a little tight, but we'll see if we can make it work. Let's see how this is attached. So I think the hardest part of this whole job is going to be this ductwork right here. So let's see. We're going to cut this tape around the outside. I'm going to have to sharpen my knife later. Somehow I have to tape this all back up. I think I got it. All right, I got that cut. That might make life a little bit easier. And I am hoping I don't have to take this oven out to do this. Oh boy, yeah, getting this back together is going to be a good time. Maybe I can take off the ring and just put the ring back in. See, you can remove this ring, but they got it so covered up with tape I'll never get it out. So maybe I'll take it out and then take it off and do it that way. Oh, I got it. Yay. I got it off. I just have to figure out how I'm going to get this thing out of here. Like this, so I have a longer thing. Get a couple more inches. All right. I think you can hear it. Listen. That's no bueno. The bearings are gone somehow. All right, well, I get this thing off. Okay, so I just took out these 4 little tabs that hold it on there. So what I'm going to do to make this easier, I'm going to put this in there first, make sure that my holes are open. The reason I couldn't leave this in there is because they covered up all the holes with the metal tape, and it's really hard to get to, but I'm going to put that in there first, and then I'll just keep the 4 and hook the 4 things up here. Hopefully my new one came with holes. Oh, good, it does. Okay, good. And I just made sure the power's off, because what I'm going to do here. So first things first, let's take and put this from here. Make sure I got it clocked right. Okay. So we got to take this ring off and put it back on this one. Straight slots.
Whoa, somebody sent you this.
Yeah, a long time. Well, yeah, a long time ago. I still use it. Okay, let's get this one in started. You guys hear that? That's the bad one. This is the new one. It's gonna make a big difference. I think there's some splices here somewhere. I'll reuse them if I can. Make sure we got the right wires. Black to black, brown to brown, yellow to green, blue to blue. So yeah, I'm trying to get this ductwork straightened out. And of course, there's an incinerator right in my face, and I can barely get my 2 hands in here. But if I try to put that whole blower in there, then I'll have to work behind the blower in the dark, and that's not going to work. So let's see, I loosen up that hose clamp a little bit more. Oh, sweet, I got it. Okay, now gotta get this out, to say the least. We gotta get this back in here. So now the idea is to get this outer insulation tucked up around here, but I can't cover up my holes. So I'm gonna try to get these zip ties started and then tape it. Just barely, but that'll work. That's all we need. Ah, nice. Keep my holes clear. You know what? I think I'm gonna put another set of zip ties on there. Ooh, my shoulder's getting to work out. All right. You know what? I don't even think I'm gonna put tape on there. I think I'm just going to leave it just like that. All right, not that we're going to need these, but I'm going to put quick disconnects on these wires. Make it easier to deal with this in the future if we have to, which I would hope we don't. I'm going to strip these little wires here, and of course there's barely any left on them. Why does everything have to be hard? Because it's a boat. Pick up my little wire strippings. We don't leave those. We don't leave that behind because they eventually work their way down into the bilge pumps, and they're small enough where the bilge pumps pick them up and get jammed. Then your bilge pump doesn't run.
Remember when we found that bilge pump that had picked up all that rug and carpet?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. That was a company came in and replaced the carpeting on the boat and brand new carpeting. And you know, all the little fuzzy snivels from the new carpeting ended up down in the bilge, and it got into the bilge pump, and it screwed the bilge pumps all up. Okay, one more. And I got a tight hose clamp, and then I got to put the top clamp back on there. And then I got to get in there, get those white things in here. Let me see these things. Should I put these in these holes first? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in from the back side and put them in here and push them. I think that'll be the easiest way to do this. But I guess what I should do is do it first. So that should make that a little bit easier. Let's see here how this is going to work. This has to go like this. Make sure my wires are, how are my wires going to work here? Okay, well that's perfect. So I got butt connector, male-female spade connectors, and I'll put that I'll wrap that in tape, and then I'll put it back in the insulation sleeve. This ring goes on here, and I have to, so I'm going to do that first, because that's going to be the hardest part to fix up. Oh yeah, perfect. There we go. Now I should be able to get it in there. But let's get this hose out of here first. See what it is you got to get these teeth right here. This opening has to be all the way down at the bottom to get it into this clip that holds it, and then you can rotate it. But getting it there is going to be the hard part. How can I do this? I can't take that off and put it on because then I can't get to these screws. I got to get it underneath there. I guess I'm going to have to try to just tip it back as far as I can. I hope I don't have to pull this whole thing out of here because I would have to undo these water lines.
It would be easier to get rid of the disposal that's right at your head.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to take that off.
No.
Then I got to figure out putting all this stuff back together.
No, I was just thinking the sink raider. Can't you squeeze in there then without the sink raider?
Well, I can squeeze in there by laying down, but right here, this is not too bad. I don't think removing the sink raider is going to gain me that much. Oh. And just like that, I got it. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Now I'm going to just snug this down. There was no way I was going to get these back in with where I'm working, so I use zip ties instead. Let me show you. So you can see those zip ties right here. I just use those to clamp that ring on there. When I turn it on, I'll make sure there's no air leaks. And we're almost ready. I'm just going to run these wires and hook them up. But I will be job satisfaction when this job is done. The worst part of this job, there was nothing in here. I got to put all this cabinetry back together, which is...
Is that hard?
Well, some of the screws are stripped out, so I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, I see that. Looks like those drawers been in and out a couple times.
Well, believe it or not, in order to clean this filter, you have to take the drawers out. Well, you should clean it once a month. That's probably why this hardware is all wore out. And you know, this isn't real wood either.
For $9 million?
Yeah. Okay, got the zip ties all trimmed off. Got all the ends from the zip ties. Now let's take my wires. I don't think I'm going to, but we'll try. Get some of them in anyways. All right, run to the shop quick. We have a freight delivery. I think it's probably some Volvo IPS or something. So I want to be there for that. So I'm going to run back, get the forklift out, and I'll come back to finishing up that AC blower. Of course, I got it all put back together, and now I can't get it to turn on. That's how we make our living. Yeah. I mean, there's way worse problems out there than what we're dealing with. Trust me. Boy, you don't know it's so windy until you get out here in some spots.
Let's go see what he's got. What is it?
I'll show you. Want to see?
Okay, let's see. Yeah.
There's our bolts. That's a clamping ring.
Yep. Another clamping ring. Yep.
And the rubbers sealing. Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Oh.
Careful, babes. Getting all excited.
Something was getting me.
Well, we got no power up there or appears to have no power, so I'm just trying to see.
So your repair is done?
Yeah, just gotta put it back together.
So do they have to take all that out to do that filter every month like you said?
Well, you should.
Wow. That doesn't seem very...
Well, there's another panel that goes in here. It's the small one. So you just take this one out instead of having to take this all apart. I had to take this all apart to get to the thing.
I guess that's one of the captain's responsibilities.
Yeah. All right, so that works. That's good. Okay. It's all done. Running good.
Well, that was an hour job.
And more like 3 hours. 2.5 maybe. Yeah, it's done. It's working good. And I got a job done. One more off the plate. We got a few more to go.
Okay, well, we're down on this boat down here at Ocean's Edge Marina. Really nice marina down here. What I'm doing here is I'm doing bonding. And if you see this one here, I've checked the whole boat, found some bad places and a lot of it. But if you look here at this one, this is what I found a lot of them are not even connected actually. So let me try and get this light better so it's not all flickery. And that's just how LEDs are. But anyway, this whole thing just isn't there. It's gone. Whatever it was connected to, I got to find out what the other end was, reconnect, clean this all up, and find the connection where it was. I'm not sure. It might be down there somewhere, or I see some here. Let me get down in here. The same situation here. They're just not even connected. Someone is cut. There's nothing. So these pieces are causing some galvanic corrosion, they say. So we'll get it figured out, but this is going to take some time. Just hard to get two things, but should maybe let him know his rudder is leaking a little bit. Maybe he already knows about it. Some of these packings, they'll drip a little bit here and there. So, but yeah, we got a little bit here coming in, and the bonding wires are cut. So get this all straightened out. It's going to be a long day, but you can see what happens. Corrosion surface, and this can get a lot worse over time because of the electrolysis, galvanic corrosion. Quite a problem on these vessels now. We'll see what we can do. I'll look around and find all of them that I can and get them fixed. All right, back in the hole. All right, so we got the bondings all connected on this side. Got the through hole behind me all the way in the back. We got that one, and the light. So those are all good. So I got to get a bus bar to connect all that to, and run from the front of the boat back to here. So this side's done. Still got to do the center part and that side. Alrighty, that's it.
Well, we're going down here to meet one of our viewers. Not exactly sure what we're doing, but we're going to have a little talk. I think about his new boat.
Maybe kind of the struggles that he's had with a new boat?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. And our wind is picked back up, and it looks like it's going to start raining. All right, everybody, we're down here at the City Marina, Garrison Bight, and we're here to do a quick run around.
We bought it when it was 8 months old, and it still had 4 months of warranty. The original purchaser was 80 years old, and he downsized from a 50-foot boat to this boat, and he overdid it. But he was quick to correct his mistake and put this on the market. The day I bought this, the day I closed on this, he took delivery of a new 32. He figured it out, but this is the longest build sheet it ever had. As it sits now, it's pretty much replumbed, rewired. I'd say 70% of the systems have been redone just from lack of care and forethought in the design and engineering and installation of the systems. It was still under warranty. It was my mistake not getting it surveyed. Even though it was still under warranty, I live 100 miles from the factory. Took the boat back there 4 times.
Oh my.
And these pop-up cleats were spec'd by the owner. They were installed backwards so that as they were loaded, they would keep on. It's the way the original purchaser wanted them, and that's where he wanted them. So that was all on the original purchaser. Oh yeah. Hello, Manatee.
He's been rubbing up against the boat, scratching his back.
That's my bottom paint.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing.
Yep.
Scratching his back.
Love it down here.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The windows leak like sieves. One was rebedded by the factory under warranty. So whenever you're in heavy seas, you got to get the towels out and start
soaking up water.
Start mopping up.
And you still do?
They still leak.
Okay.
They all need to be rebedded, and I think it's actually the window seals themselves. It's not all the bedding. Some of it is the actual seal of the glass.
For the glass.
Catamaran dinghy is awesome. We added the crane, leave a solar panel, a flexible panel under it. And when the dinghy's deployed, I throw a second 200 watt panel up there, 800 amp hours of lithium, a propane locker with a vent going to that through hull. That actually, the vent went up. The water went in and clogged the vent. It was a totally backwards design, and the lid was not gasketed. Cockpit enclosure, just had this done. It makes a whole nother room. We don't have to take in the cushions every time we're running. The shades pop in with Velcro panels.
Nice.
It's been a phenomenal addition to the space to have that kind of use. We've got a good amount of storage
Oh yeah.
under there.
Nice.
That goes, this is the salon, galley, helms, pilot house. Everything's a combination.
Got your breaker panel there.
Yeah, I had to get really creative. I've got an inverter mounted on the back of this drawer box. Got a 50 amp battery charger back there. Had to pack a lot in. Got 800 amps of lithium and a start battery.
Gotcha.
Moved the water pump beneath the floor, which is good and bad. Can't hear it, but you can't hear it.
Yeah, can't hear it, but you can't hear it. Yeah, you don't know if it's running. Got your Honda 250 back there.
Yep, it's a Honda BF 250D. It's got just coming up on 1,100 hours. Ran it 140 hours, and it still wasn't down a quarter of a quart. But yeah, I mean, my word of caution is if you're buying a new boat or buying something under warranty, get it surveyed, and surveyor is going to miss a lot. They can't find everything. I've been running this boat for 5 years, and I still find things, and I'm still learning. So that's our plan. Keep trailing it around and putting hours and miles on it.
There you go.
Yeah. Glad to see you're doing well with your recovery. I've broken collarbones. I've never whacked my head that hard.
Oh yeah, it's been a rough year.
I've busted my collarbone. That's no fun. Good. Well, I love watching your videos. I love your crews, and you know it's always good. I'm interested in the bigger engineering stuff and all that. You got talented people. You could do a great job with the videos, and I hope you have continued success with your channel.
I don't want to take too much of your time, but appreciate you doing the show and tell.
My pleasure.
Well, beautiful little boat. Just sounds like they had to do a little bit of straightening out from what the manufacturer did, but it looks like he's well on his way.
Yeah, I think he said he had 10,000 miles already on it.
Yeah, he's running it. So yeah, he's been running it hard.
And he's
so,
from way up north.
yeah, Phippsburg, which is past Bath up US 1, if I remember right. We used to live not too far from there. In fact, we've been through there a time or two. Josh and his family, safe trip. They're heading towards Bahia Honda, which is a beautiful little state park on the east side of Florida. Anyways, they're hitting the road right now. In fact, I think they were waiting, glad we didn't take too much of their time.
Yeah, he contacted us a couple days ago, but we just couldn't get here with all of our projects at the boatyard. Your physical torture that you had to go to.
Yes, which I have again today at 2 o'clock.
We're going to physical torture again.
Yeah, pretty sore today, but you know, that's part of the game. So I'll get it done and get back to normal.
Wanted us to come down here to be able to share with you that even little boats have issues.
Yep.
Not only just big boats.
Keep that in mind when you're buying a boat. Doesn't matter what make, what manufacturer. Like you said, they just want you gone.
Do your surveys.
Yep.
Josh made a mistake and he admitted it. He didn't get a survey.
All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Helps our channel immensely.
On to our next one.
Yep. Probably have to change the seals on the shafts, and we have to take the upper gears off, which are inside the boat, and flush those with brake cleaner.
Just put a small piece of tape, just very little on the boat, just to cover the hole so the water doesn't come in. All right, right there. 11.603. Perfect.